Be me, 24 years old, junior talent acquisition specialist at a boutique tech firm in San Francisco. Title sounds fancy. Reality is I spend 9 hours a day LinkedIn stalking engineers and cold calling people who hate me. Salary is $65,000. Rent for my studio apartment, read glorified closet with a window, is $2,800. Math doesn't add up. But vibe is priceless, apparently. My mentor is Vanessa, 36, director of people ops. She's what I want to be when I grow up. Drives a white Range Rover. Wears exclusively beige and cream tones. Never raises her voice, just lowers her eyelids until you feel your soul withering. She takes me under her wing because she sees hunger. Or maybe because I'm the only one who tolerates her matcha orders. Lunch break. We sit at the Sweet Green down the street. $18 for a bowl of leaves and 3 pieces of chicken. Vanessa is lecturing me on strategic partnership. That's her code word for dating. Anon, she says, picking at her kale. Your 20s are for acquisition. Your 30s are for merger. If you are dating a man who is renting, you are renting. You need equity. You need a man who is an asset class. I nod, absorbing it like gospel. I look at my dating app history. It's a graveyard of bartenders, struggling musicians, and guys with entrepreneur in their bio who actually just resell sneakers. Trash, Vanessa says, glancing at my screen. Delete them. The algorithm feeds you what you accept. You need a producer. Someone who shapes the world, not just lives in it. Look for the hands. Look for the shoes. Look for the AMX Black. I take notes mentally. Delete Tinder. Download The League or whatever exclusive app she recommends. I start curating my life. Buy clothes I can't afford on Klarna. Post photos of coffees I didn't finish. Caption, grind set, building, manifesting. It's exhausting. But Vanessa says exhaustion is just weakness leaving the body. Enter Mark. He works in the server room, the basement of our swanky office. I go down there to get a new badge because I lost mine at a mixer. It's dark, cold, hums with the sound of 1,000 fans. Mark is sitting there, wrapped in a gray hoodie that looks like it's been through a war, eating a sandwich from home. Ziploc bag and everything. He looks up, messy hair, glasses held together with a tiny piece of tape. Badge? He asks. Voice is deep, calm. Yeah, I say, trying to look unimpressed. He types on a keyboard that clicks louder than a gun. Name? Anon. He pauses, looks at me. You're the one who sends those all-caps emails about company culture, right? I blush. It's important to maintain morale. He snorts. Morale is maintained by working AC and stock options, not Pizza Fridays. He hands me the badge. Fingers brush mine. Rough. I leave, annoyed. Who does this troll think he is? But then I run the payroll report for the quarter. Part of my job. I scroll past the sales bros, $120,000 plus commission. Past the marketing divas, $90,000. Stop at engineering. Mark S., lead systems architect. My eyes bug out. Base, $320,000. Equity package, tier 1. Bonuses. Last year, he took home more than the CEO. I stare at the screen. The guy with the tape on his glasses, the guy eating a ham sandwich in the dark. He's a gold mine disguised as a landfill. I run to Vanessa. I found a whale, I whisper. She looks at the numbers. Her eyes narrow. He's unpolished, she says. Raw ore, but the liquidity is undeniable. This is a project, Annan. He has the capital, but he lacks the vision. You provide the vision. You curate him. Turn the coder into a founder. Upgrade the wardrobe. Upgrade the social circle. Upgrade the man. And then you merge. It sounds like a business plan. I love it. Operation Fix Mark begins. I start bumping into him in the break room. He's hard to crack. Doesn't care about gossip. Doesn't watch sports. Doesn't care about crypto. What do you do for fun? I ask, leaning against the counter in my $200 skirt. He pours drip coffee. I build furniture. Woodworking. Oh, like IKEA hacks. He looks offended. No, like chopping down a tree and making a table. That sounds dirty, I say. It is. It's real. I ask him out. Consultation dinner. I want to pick your brain about synergy between HR and tech. He agrees, hesitantly. We go to a sushi place. I pick it. Omakase. $150 per person. He shows up in a flannel shirt. Clean but flannel. The hostess looks at him like he's lost. I steer him to the table. You know, I start, pouring sake. Presentation is 90% of success. He eats a piece of tuna. Code works or it doesn't. You can't dress up a bug. But people aren't code, Mark. Sure they are. Inputs, outputs. Trauma's just legacy code you haven't refactored yet. I blink. That's actually deep, but I shake it off. Bill comes. $380 with tip. He pulls out a card. It's a basic debit card. Worn plastic. Not the heavy metal platinum Amex Vanessa told me to look for. But it clears. He doesn't even look at the receipt. Doesn't wince. Just signs. Thanks for dinner, he says. But next time, can we go somewhere quiet? The music here gives me a headache. Quiet doesn't get you seen, Mark. He looks at me. Why do you want to be seen so bad? Because being seen means you exist. He shakes his head. I exist just fine in the dark. Date number 2. I decide to start the upgrade. We're going shopping. I text him. I don't need clothes. Yes, you do. Trust me. I take him to the upscale district. Theory, Vince, Rag and Bone. I pull sweaters that cost $400. This feels like cashmere. He touches one. It is. I can get wool at the army surplus for $20. Mark, please. For me, I do the puppy eyes. He sighs. The sigh of a man defeated by logic he doesn't understand. He tries it on. Steps out. The gray brings out his eyes. The cut makes him look broad, capable. A high-value man. I take a picture. Send it to the group chat with Vanessa. Transformation in progress. Thus, Vanessa replies, yes, mold him. He looks investable now. He buys the clothes. $1,200 total. That's a bandsaw, he mutters, looking at the bag. What? That money. Could have bought a decent bandsaw. This will get you promoted. I lie. I don't want a promotion. I want to build chairs. Ambition, Mark. You need to want more. Why? Always the why. It annoys me. Because Vanessa says so. Because Instagram says so. Because I'm terrified that if I stop climbing, I'll fall into the abyss of being average. We date for 2 months. I overhaul his life. Get him a haircut at a salon that serves whiskey. Throw away his cargo shorts. He fought me on this. Force him to come to networking mixers. He hates them. Stands in the corner holding a craft beer, looking miserable. I drag him over to meet important people. This is Mark. He's a lead architect. The suits nod. Crypto? AI? Back-end infrastructure, Mark says. The suits lose interest. You have to sell it. I hiss at him later. Say you're revolutionizing the data stack or something. I'm not. I'm just making sure the database doesn't crash when you guys upload 4K videos of your dogs. You have zero hustle. I accuse him. I have zero bullshit, he counters. The turning point is Vanessa's birthday gala. Rooftop bar. Table service. Everyone who is anyone is there. Vanessa is holding court with her new boyfriend, Chad. Chad is 28, says he runs a hedge fund for influencers. Wears a watch the size of a dinner plate. I drag Mark there. He's wearing the suit I made him buy. He looks good, but he looks trapped. Vanessa swoops in. On! And the project. She pats Mark's cheek. Look at you. Almost civilized. Mark flinches. Chad walks over. Nice suit, bro. Off the rack? The insult is subtle. Yes, Mark says. Cute. I get mine bespoke in London. Savile. You should look into it. Elevates the brand. Mark takes a sip of his water. I don't have a brand. I have a job. Chad laughs. A loud donkey sound. A job. Bro, that's trading time for money. Rookie mistake. You gotta make your money work for you. I do, Mark says. Oh yeah? What's your portfolio? Crypto? NFTs? Forex? Vanguard index funds. Real estate. Dividends. Chad rolls his eyes. Boomer investments. 7% returns? Boring. I made 40% yesterday shorting a meme coin. And did you cash out? Mark asks. Paper gains, bro. You hold. To the moon. Mark smiles. It's not a nice smile. It's the smile of an engineer watching a user try to put a square peg in a round hole. Good luck with that, Mark says. Vanessa pulls me aside. He's embarrassing you, she hisses. He has no killer instinct. Chad is eating him alive. I know, I say, feeling the shame burn my neck. He's just stubborn. Fix him or dump him. He's dragging down your stock. I go back to Mark. Can you just try? I whisper shout. Try to what? Be a fraud? Be successful? I am successful, Anon. I have zero debt. I own my house. I like my job. That's comfortable. It's not great. You're brainwashed, he says, quietly, amidst the thumping EDM music. You're chasing a ghost. I snap. At least I'm chasing something. You're just existing. I storm off. Go dance with Chad and Vanessa. We take selfies. Order $500 bottles of vodka. Put it on Chad's tab. I feel powerful. I look back at the table. Mark is gone. Left cash for his water. I don't hear from him for a week. Then the market crashes. Not the stock market. The hype market. It turns out Chad's hedge fund was a Ponzi scheme. FBI raids his office, his mom's basement. Vanessa is implicated. She signed off on some partnerships with him. Company audit. I walk into work on Tuesday. It's chaos. Vanessa is crying in her glass office. Lawyers are everywhere. Rumors are flying. Payroll is frozen. Are we getting laid off? I check my bank account. $142. Rent is due in 3 days. My credit card is maxed out from the lifestyle maintenance. I panic. I go to the break room to hyperventilate. Mark walks in. He's wearing the hoodie again. Looks calm. Holding a mug of coffee. You okay? He asks. No. The company might fold. Vanessa is being investigated. I have no savings. I'm crying now. Ugly crying. Mascara running down my face, ruining the aesthetic. Mark puts the coffee down. The company isn't folding. The tech is solid. It's just the management layer that's rotten. How do you know? Because I built the tech. And I know the investors. They'll gut the execs, but keep the engine. So I'm safe, HR? Probably not. They'll cut bloat. I'm bloat? He looks at me. Kindly. You spend all day hiring people to hire people. Yeah, that's bloat. I sink onto the floor. I'm broke, Mark. Mark, I have nothing. Just a closet full of clothes and a leased personality. He sits down next to me. On the dirty break room linoleum. You have a degree. You're smart when you aren't repeating Vanessa's slogans. I was so mean to you. Yeah, you were. Why are you being nice? Because I don't see people as assets. I see them as people. He pulls out his phone. Shows me a picture. It's a canoe. Beautiful wood. Polished. I finished it this weekend. It's beautiful. I'm taking it to the lake on Saturday. You should come. In my Civic? He laughs. Yeah. It has a roof rack. I don't have hiking clothes. Good. Wear sweatpants. Be comfortable. The layoff notice comes at 4 p.m. Vanessa is escorted out by security. She's screaming about her network and how she'll destroy this place. She trips on her stilettos on the way out. It's pathetic. I pack my box, a succulent. My stapler, the framed photo of me and Vanessa, I throw that in the trash. I walk out. Mark is waiting in the parking lot, leaning against his dented Civic. Need a ride? My lease is up next month, I say. I can't afford the city anymore. My guest room is empty, he says. Rent is, help me sand the deck. I look at him. The gray hoodie, the messy hair, the absolute, unshakable stability of a man who knows who he is. I look at my phone. A notification from the league. New match? Brad 29, CEO of Vidcheck. I delete the app, toss the phone in my bag. I don't know how to sand a deck, I say. I'll teach you, he says. We get in the car. The engine sputters, then starts. It's not a luxury ride. The suspension is shot. But for the first time in years, I'm not worried about the destination. We drive past the billboard for the Girlboss Summit 2024. I flip it off. Mark laughs. Hungry? He asks. Starving. Taco truck? Yeah, I say. And I'm paying with what money? I have $142. That's at least 40 tacos. Deal. We drive into the sunset. Not a filter in sight, just real, smoggy, golden light. Be me, recovering aesthetic addict. Learning that the best things in life aren't curated. They're built. And sometimes they wear hoodies.